Hey guys, Jed Rosslin, CEO at Piranha. Here's the 5 things to look for when you're hiring or evaluating an Amazon agency. Number 1, where is the actual people doing the actual work? Where are they geographically located? There are a lot of wonderful people working in India, Pakistan, in the Philippines, and Costa Rica, but I think there's a different level of expectations. When you have US-based talent that's 6 figures that used to work at Amazon, there's a different level of performance and a different level of expectations. And so it's a true principle in business that you get what you pay for. Before you go hard on price, which is what most people do out of the gate, question number 1, ask where the actual team is based at geographically, and ask them a little more details. Who is actually working on our account? Who are all the people that are going to be touching our account? And then who is going to be our day-to-day point of contact? We've gotten this complaint. We didn't get this complaint a lot 6 years ago when we started. We get it now, where people say, yeah, we've worked with other agencies. We'd like to meet our account managers. If there is B team at an agency, you will find it really fast. Why? Because they'll be the person you get handed off to. At Piranha, everyone on our team, we like to believe that they're all A players. They work hard. Everyone on our team is 100% US based, has a college degree and or a couple years of Amazon experience. And so where the talent is based will give you an indication of how expensive it is and how much they invest in their team. There's different models, there's different price ranges. There are commodity players just like there are premium players. Understand if you're working with a commodity player in the space or if you're working with a premium player. Number 2 tip, if you're evaluating an Amazon agency, ask what the account to account manager ratio is. It doesn't cross your mind, but agencies operate by working on multiple accounts, and really smart people that are hyper focused on one specialty are an inch wide and a mile deep, and they can be more efficient on like 5 or 6 accounts than like one person you hire full-time that's dedicated, because they have more experience across multiple different subcategories and they've been doing it longer, so they know how to handle it. So ask what the account to account manager ratio is. There was an LA based Amazon agency. I'm not going to throw anyone under the bus. I'm not going to name names, but they would load people up with 20 or 30 accounts, right? And literally, like an account manager, their only sole job was to be a talking head and run from call to call. They weren't doing any of the actual work. So listen for if like what the account to account manager ratio is, and if it's not single digits, you should probably run, unless they're really, really good. Number 3 tip for interviewing an Amazon agency. When you're interviewing an Amazon agency, ask what tools they use and see if they'll be transparent. One of the things we believe in at Piranha is radical transparency. And so like if a tool like Keepa is 15 bucks a month and it's a Chrome extension, we're happy to tell you that. Helium 10 is great, we use it, you should too. Hey, like when you look at like programmatic bidding, are you running it, are you not running it? Like if they're transparent with their tools, and we'll give you some insight into that, what you're really testing for is you actually don't care about the tools, you're listening for if they'll be transparent. Will they tell you when they make a mistake? Will they be transparent when they screw up? If they're transparent about, if they have nothing to hide, that's a very good sign. So that's the 3rd thing you should look for. The 4th thing you should look for, do they have a DSP seat or not? If they don't have a DSP seat and they haven't taken the time to jump through those hoops, then it tells you they're probably a 1-man, 2-man show. Maybe they're in garage mode. Maybe they haven't been in business that long, but they've had trouble. They don't have any clients at the spend level to get through those hoops where you've been whitelisted by Amazon. To have a DSP seat is increasingly more valuable, and it's a limiting factor. It doesn't mean they can't be good, but it means that they haven't been doing it for very long and they haven't been doing it at scale. So it tells you what type of a shop you're working with. And the 5th thing you should look for a firm that's private equity backed. A fantastic filter for BS are finance guys. Finance guys that have seen the financials of a business and said, that's a well-run business, that's attractive, like we want to work and invest with those people. If you take out the guys that don't offshore work and that are private equity backed, it is a very short list of us. Piranha is private equity backed. Like we don't offshore any work to Costa Rica or the Philippines for $3 an hour. And like we try to do a really good job. We do have a DSP seat and we make mistakes like everybody else. Like not every project we work on is a massive win. We have had 17 clients exit in the last 1.5 years or so for 10 million or more. Half of those we ramped from 0. We've had 6 clients exit for 100 million or more. Half of those we ramp from 0. And so if I was to add one bonus tip, it is like ask them what clients they've worked on and what brands they've worked on that have exited. And did they come in later stage or were they there from day one? If you're working on a project from day one and you've grown with it through each stage, then you understand the 0 to 1 million a year bucket, the 1 to 10 million a year bucket, and the 10 million on up bucket. And so those are 5 tips and a bonus tip for what to look for when you're interviewing an Amazon agency. If you have questions or would like an Amazon analysis, feel free to reach out. And we'll be pretty candid. There's some players we really respect. We don't talk bad about anyone, just like I wouldn't want my competitors to talk bad about me. But there are filtering criteria that you can use to listen and see if what you're paying for is what you're getting. Good luck. We'll see you in the marketplace.